Picture this. An icy wind cuts across a frozen wasteland. The snow howls like a living creature, swallowing the sound of men shouting in the distance. Somewhere out there, beyond the white curtain of endless ice, lies the fate of the 33rd expedition. A team of explorers who vanished without leaving behind a single trace. Except for fragments of a journal, a broken radio, and whispers of things that should never have been found. What happened to them? Why was their mission concealed for decades? And why does the very mention of the 33rd expedition still send shivers down the spines of those who know the truth? Tonight, we unravel one of the most chilling and unsolved mysteries ever whispered about in the shadows of history. It began in the final winter of the war years. While the world's eyes were fixed on Europe, a small group of scientists and soldiers boarded a ship bound for the most unforgiving place on Earth, the frozen South. Official records only hint at their purpose. Some say they were geologists, searching for resources buried beneath the ice. Others believe their orders came directly from high command, to locate something ancient, something that had already been spotted from the skies. But here's the detail that unsettles even hardened researchers. The mission was never listed as the 1st, 2nd, or 10th. It was recorded as the 33rd expedition. Why start at 33? Where were the 32 before it? Were those numbers decoys? Or were there dozens of secret voyages the public never knew about? Already, the mystery thickens. The ship carried them across stormy seas until finally, the jagged cliffs of Antarctica appeared on the horizon. Imagine standing there, staring at a world untouched by man, where silence weighs heavier than stone and the cold punishes every breath you take. The men set up camp near an uncharted stretch of mountains. Snow rose into peaks like broken teeth, hiding valleys no map had ever recorded. From here they began their journey inland, sleds pulled by dogs, equipment strapped to their backs, and a strange confidence that they were walking toward history. At first, everything went as planned. They collected samples, recorded temperatures, and marked their path with flags. But soon, something strange began to happen. The compasses failed. The needles spun without rest, pointing nowhere, as if the earth itself were twisting beneath their feet. And that was only the beginning. In the fragments of a journal later found, one explorer wrote, "The sky feels wrong, the nights are too quiet. The wind carries voices when it should carry nothing at all." Could it have been exhaustion? Hallucinations brought on by hunger and cold? Perhaps, but another passage chills the blood. "We saw lights beneath the ice. They move as if alive, as if watching us." Lights beneath the ice. What could they have been? Natural reflections of auroras, bioluminescent life, or something else? Whatever the case, by the third week the team was fractured. Arguments broke out, supplies dwindled. A storm pinned them down for days, and when it cleared, one of the men was gone. No footprints, no signs of struggle, simply gone. Here is where the mystery takes a darker turn. In their last recorded transmission, the expedition mentioned discovering a cave, a massive opening in the side of a glacier big enough to swallow their entire camp. The journal describes carvings etched into the walls, symbols no one recognized. But the most haunting line of all was this: "This place should not exist. It feels older than the world itself." What did they find in that cave? Fossils of creatures long extinct, evidence of an ancient civilization beneath the ice? Or was it something meant to remain buried forever? We may never know. After that final transmission, the radio went silent. No distress call, no farewell, just silence. Months later, a rescue team was dispatched. They expected frozen bodies, destroyed sleds, scattered supplies. Instead, they found nothing. No tents, no equipment, no men. Only the broken remains of a single radio, half buried in snow. The journal fragments were discovered nearby, pages torn and frostbitten, as if the wind itself had tried to erase them. And that was all. No other trace of the 33rd expedition was ever found. So, what happened? Historians and conspiracy theorists alike have fought over this question for decades. Some believe the team discovered an ancient ruin, perhaps even proof of a lost civilization, and were silenced to keep the secret buried. Others argue they stumbled upon something unnatural: radiation, magnetic anomalies, or even evidence of technology not of this Earth. And then there are whispers that the 33rd expedition was never meant to return, that they were sent not to discover but to disappear, covering up experiments and secrets too dangerous to reveal. Whatever the truth, their fate has never been explained. So, dear listener, the question remains, what became of the 33rd expedition? Did they uncover something humanity was not meant to see? Or were they simply swallowed by the merciless white silence of Antarctica? We may never know. But one thing is certain. Their story reminds us that even in an age of satellites and science, the Earth still holds mysteries darker and deeper than we can imagine. And perhaps some mysteries are best left unsolved. What do you think really happened? Were they victims of the cold? Or keepers of a secret too great for the world to know? Share your theories in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. And if this journey through the shadows of history left you intrigued, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow explorers of mystery, and subscribe for more stories that blur the line between history and legend. The next mystery may be closer than you think.